here for TitansRX. The marshal just making sure that everything is all good to go and getting final confirmation. Wait for that ready to race board to be displayed after the marshal clears their way off of the grid, and we'll get ready to get this race 3 of Q1 underway here at the MJP Arena. Revs are rising, anti-lag is on. Ready to race board is displayed. Q1 race 3 at the MJP Arena is underway. Good launch there from Patton, good launch also from Timmy Hansen. Molinaro tries to squeeze Timmy Hansen as well as Andreas Steffen down towards the first corner, nearly 3 wide. Patton on the outside, Hansen on the inside. He goes through and it's now Patton versus Hansen for the race lead. Hayden's got the inside line into the next left-hander. They're going side by side and scrapping, but Timmy has managed to hold the outside line there and he has managed to take the race lead away.
Yeah, somehow Timmy able to hold on there. I thought Patton would have pushed him out onto the slightly dirtier surface, but Timmy able to keep it together and keep it out in front, and this is what he had to do. He had a poacher yesterday in the final, and he's going to be hoping for better luck today.
Yeah, it certainly is. Down in towards that corkscrew section we go, and the top 3 now of Hansen, Patton and Tamara Molinaro all scrapping for position in towards that penultimate section. You can have a bit of a lunge in there, but it's still early doors in this race. Nobody thinking about it too much, although Molinaro signalling her intentions as Webb and Steffen were going hammer and tong as well in the background for 4th place in this race. But down towards that first corner, now Hansen got a really good drive out of that final turn there, Dan, and he's just able to create a bit of a buffer to Hayden.
Yeah, he really nailed it out of the final 2 corners there, and by carrying that extra exit speed, he's not only gained it on the exit of the corner, but also all the way down the straight as well. You're constantly gaining a few miles per hour here and there, and that's enough to build up a little bit more of a gap.
Yeah, over the jump we go and into that corkscrew corner once again, and Patton now just dropping off the back of Timmy Hansen as Hansen stamps his authority on the race. And Hansen didn't make a very good start in that race. He was squeezed by Molinaro and also squeezed by Steffen, but was able to just make it out when it counted.
Yeah, it looked like his front end was almost lifting up in the air. He had that much of a squeeze on from everybody else, but thankfully for him, Stefan backed out of it, and that released him to then go on to fight for the lead.
Yeah, in towards the first couple of corners we go over the jump and onto the gravel section once again for lap 3 out of 5, and the top 3 quite a pronounced gap now back to Ollie Webb in 4th position, and then Andreas Steffen, who is in 5th place in this race. And look at Molinaro there, you can see her rally experience as well as Hayden's actually really coming into play on that gravel section. They are very comfortable with that car being completely sideways.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the top 3 guys. They're so comfortable with having the car out sideways compared to Ollie Webb. Circuit racer, not quite able to feel comfortable having the car as sideways as these guys, and that's what makes up a fast lap here, is really nailing that gravel section.
Down towards that first turn we go, and Molinaro, the 2017 European Ladies Rally champion as well, really beginning to start to pile on the pressure to Hayden, of course, and Hayden, the WRC driver, that's his background, that's where he comes from, has won a rally back in 2016, making his debut in RX this year and doing a really good job to actually keep the pace to Timmy and not let that gap become too pronounced out in front for the Swede at the moment. But this is a really good start to Timmy's day, and of course the time that he's going to be setting in this race is going to be very important and very promising as well, given how little action he's had to deal with on track.
Yeah, only got caught up in a tiny bit of action between the first 2 corners, wasn't it? And apart from that, he was able to drive away clean, so he's going to be pumping in the clean laps. The gap back to Hayden Patton's gone up from 1 second to 1.1, so he's pulling slightly bit there as well, so he's not going to be troubled for the rest of the race.
No, absolutely not. On to the final lap we are now then here for race 3 of Q1 at TitansRX. Through that long left-hander we go, and it's all about getting the prime exit there, keeping a nice tight line and over that jump to get a really good drive onto the tarmac once again for that corkscrew part of the lap. You really don't see the elevation change as it is on the screen at the moment, but they are doing a very good job of negotiating that. And look at Molinaro really on the back of Hayden Patton. Is she going to have a lunge down towards this penultimate corner? Didn't get a very good drive out of there. It's a little bit too far away, but she does go into the side of Patton. She tries to find a way through. Patton's on the grass on the inside. He's back on as they go to the line. Hansen takes victory. Who gets second place? It is Molinaro with a very aggressive and audacious move there on Hayden Patton. What do you think about that, Dan? Was it a bit too close to comfort?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lunge, wasn't it, to say the least. I think Hayden was sort of already mid-corner by the time he got collected there, so not sure if we can have a bit of a penalty looked into or investigated. I'm sure the incident will still be looked into nonetheless.